welcome to the American Garage. I've got everything loosely put in place for the timing belt. And I wanted to point a few things out to you right now. Now I've left it all loose, especially these sprockets. See how the sprockets just spin? Now you'll notice, if you look closely, that the actual camshafts are not moving at all. And these spin, they don't have a little key on them like the main sprocket does. That's going to be an advantage for us when we're trying to get everything lined up. Now, of course, once we cinch these things down, they're going to be tight on there. But we want to have everything aligned before we cinch these down so that these will be in the right place. Now, they don't have to be keyed and they don't have to be any specific position, but what they do have to do is they have to be in a place where the teeth line up with the teeth on our brand new timing belt. So what we're going to do is we're going to loosely put the timing belt on first and make sure it lines up properly, and then we're going to cinch these down. I'll show you how we'll do that in just a minute. But before we get there, I wanted to show you something. Now, whenever we replace a timing belt, we always want to replace the tensioner, the tensioning arm, little tensioning arm. Now, this tensioner pulley has this bolt in it. Now, this is specific to this kind of car, but I want to tell you about this bolt because it's very, very, very important. Now, this bolt is a one-time only use bolt. Plus, it only gets about 7 foot-pounds of torque, or 25 Nm if you're doing metric. Now, that's not very much. I mean, you can do that, put that much torque on just by going like this with your hand. Now, the temptation is, well, that doesn't seem like very much. Let's just give it a little bit more. Don't do that, okay? This bolt can only take just that much and no more. And what would happen if you over torque this bolt to try to make sure it's not going to come out is it will shear. It will shear off, and this little guy right here, this idler pulley, will not be in its place, but it'll go flying over here somewhere. You'll lose your timing. The timing belt will jump, and you'll ruin the engine. So this little bolt is very, very critical that you get it right, okay? Don't over torque it, okay? Now, with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and put the new timing belt on. I got my new timing belt right here. It's brand spanking new. If you look closely here, you'll notice this side is not, it's at an angle. It's not flat like it was. Because when we were working, it kind of jumped to a place where it would rest. Now this one has stayed in place. So we're going to use our special bracket that we have to put those in place. Once those two are in place, then we can cinch down these sprockets, and we'll know that they're in the exact right place. Okay, so let's get to it. Alright, now we're going to put the timing belt on, and I wanted to show you a little bit closer up here. Now notice that the sprockets are spinning, but I've got these pieces in place. Now let me show you a little bit more about the timing. Now there's a flat spot on the outside corresponding to the big hole on this little bracket here. Same thing on the other side. Now what I want to make sure is the key to my sprocket down here is going straight down. Okay, it points straight down right now. I checked that before I put it on, and I've got my marks on here. So this is exactly where it should be. Now these are spinning, that's okay, but this is the part that we want to make sure is exactly straight. So this has got to be completely level, and so is this one. And I'm noticing this one is just slightly off. So that's why we have this bracket, and I made my own. You can get them from specialty tool places as well. And I'm going to put this on here, and I notice that my holes aren't quite lined up on this side. So I'm going to put this side first, and I'm going to turn it just ever so slightly. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do with everything is in place, but it's loose. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the timing belt on the bottom sprocket. I'm going to make sure that the teeth all line up with the sprocket teeth real nicely, without any gaps or anything skipping. Okay, we'll go around the right side first. Now we'll go around the left side. Okay, now we've got the timing belt in place, and the sprockets here are loose, and I adjusted these so that they're perfectly vertical. Now I will put the bracket on. The bracket is going to hold these in perfect timing while I'm tightening everything up. Here is the tensioner pulley that is so critical. Now it moves back and forth to keep tension, and this little arm actually pushes it. You can see it goes back and forth. Now the arm is actuated by this tensioner right here. So it hydraulically puts tension on the wheel. Okay, so you can see how that moves. Okay, so these are all brand new pieces. This is that supercritical bolt. It's only finger tight right now. When I'm ready, I will tighten it only to the specified amount and no more. Okay, I'll get my bolts in here. Now we'll put our bracket on. There. Now with my bracket in place, now I know that my camshafts are not going to move at all. And I've double checked that they were perfectly vertical, and so everything looks like it's in time here. This is in time here. Now I check and make sure that on my timing belt no tooth has been skipped, and so everything is fitting snugly where it should. Okay, now I'm ready to start tightening things up. Okay, we got it torqued in place. Now we can take our bracket off. We've cinched these down to 40 pounds. Turns out the foot-pound equivalent of this is 18 foot-pounds, no more on that one. This one takes 25, and everything else has been taken care of. Now we're ready to close it all up.